Hello, beautiful people of the internets. My name is Ryan. You know the drill. We're saving and continuing. This is episode number 6 of our blind playthrough of Blueprints. And maybe some pieces are starting to come together. I don't know. Probably they're starting to come apart. It's day 5. We did just figure out a little something, or the start of something, with some the like drawings that are in frames in each room. We started to use a couple new items yesterday, and encountered some new rooms, plenty of red rooms. So let's see what we can get up to today. You know, one thing I've never thought of before? How many rows and columns are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 times 5 minus 2. Antechamber and entrance hall. 9 times 5 is 45. Minus 2, 43. So are there 43 slots? 35 plus 8, 43 slots. But we're trying to find the 46th room? So some rooms won't get drafted even if you fill out every single room. Okay, well, I don't know. I guess that's some basic math. I don't know if that's helpful at all, but let's go left. Some things are traditions. I hate an early bedroom, man. It's fine. It's just not my favorite. Storeroom could be great. Pantry gets me more options and takes me one to the north. Let's do pantry. Early money. I feel like you really get yourself in trouble sometimes in this game when you don't have early money or early gems or early keys. And the fact of the matter is I just always choose the wrong one. Which isn't that just sort of how it how it goes? Okay. Commissary here could be interesting. Early money right beside, but the thing is, I think this early you're probably just gonna buy like gems for $3 or something, three coins or something. The thing is, I also don't even have a fucking gem. Never mind. let's take Den. Never mind. I don't even have a gem. I always forget. Okay, so 4 stars and stairs. Oh my god, what the fuck is going on, dude? I'm gonna have entire pages of this goddamn notebook just dedicated to letters. Stairs and stars. I is the difference. But what does I is the difference mean? What does that even mean? I is the difference. I. Does it have to do with this room in particular? Does it have to do with the totality of the rooms? Is it the same word? Because the pictures are different run to run. So is it the same word scramble every run? Does the word scramble change every run? What's happening? We could now get a commissary, which goes the right direction and everything. Let's do it. Early commissary, meaning we at least know what's for sale early. See, maybe that's the key. Maybe that's the key. Early commissary so that you know what's for sale, you know? Okay, so with plain, without blueprints, plans. With plain, without plan. Plain and plan. Yeah? Maybe, I don't know. What does the with and without mean in particular? That almost makes me think of like you're looking for a room either with this or without this or something, or both, you know? I don't know. It's like an if this, then that. If this and this are true, then that. Okay, compass for 6, shovel for 6, sledge for 6. Salt shaker we still don't know about for 5. Compass we should have coming... Oh, wait. This is probably what we... This is probably here because we made it here with the commissary choice. With the commissary request. Chapel here could be okay, but we will lose some of our monies. But this is our furthest north, so I kind of feel like when you're going north, you continue to go north, you know? Breaker box is a dead end. Corridor keeps us going. We only have a little bit of money. Let's use corridor. It's hard to know what is a right and a quote-unquote right. What is a right and a wrong choice in this game right now? Boat and... row and crow. God damn it, dude. Row and crow. Oh, I love it when a pattern comes together and you're like, this can't possibly fit the pattern. Oh, wait, it does. To row and crow. Shit. Okay, so this will be unlocked. We know that. West Wing Hall. We're getting up there, so things are more likely to be locked here. Could also take a bedroom. I think we take a free straight... You know, it still heads north. I think we should take that almost every time. I still think this line is really interesting. Staff members refrain from drafting West Wing things during this period of mourning. That's got to be something, right? Card and car. I, E, C, and D. Card and car. That's got to be something, right? Morning. There's so many clocks. I don't know if it's morning right now, but I drafted this during the morning. I don't know. The sun is up in the... Maybe these will actually, like, move across the room. This is north. So from the angle of the shadows, the sun is somewhere up in the western sky right now. But that's confusing because if it was in the western sky... Oh my god, I'm having a big brain fart moment. Sun sets in the west, right? Yeah, okay. Just had to double check myself there, and on the off chance that I would like accidentally say something very, very wrong on camera and never, ever, ever be allowed to live it down. I was like, the sun does... Locked, of course it is. Okay, so locked here. Not locked. I think we keep bedroom closet in the play of cards, in the like draft pool, if you will, because it's great if drafted adjoined to a bedroom. I think getting a key here from storeroom is a pretty simple way to allow us to continue forward. Also gets us a gem for future drafting and a coin to get our money up closer to 6. Do it. Coat and cot. Coat and cot, coat and cot, coat and cot. Gem, key, money. Anything else? No place to shovel? Okay, we can unlock. Okay, this is interesting. Chapel here, I think, is great. Give you 2 forks, still headed pretty damn far north. Problem is you lose $1. You lose a coin. You'd be down to 3 by the time you get back to the commissary. You can always find more. Let's do it. Is there going to be a coin over here on this this right here? No, damn it. So that kind of negates my idea that maybe I don't think this had played out before. But my idea at one point was maybe if you put a coin in the pond, you wish with a coin in the pond, maybe it puts something down for you. You know what I mean? Should I draft both of these from this room without leaving? Maybe. Kitchen here could be good. I don't know that garage here could also be good. Kitchen continues, so it gets us one thing north. Maybe it advances us a rank. That's how I should be talking about it. Maybe I should be less concerned with that. Less concerned with... I should probably be more interested in the, like, synergies of one room next to another. This bedroom closet type vibe. Putting a store directly beside your chapel seems a little sketchy. But I've never actually made it to the antechamber to have the option to enter if I were also to have the thing pulled. And that's kind of one of my precursor goals beyond my big goals. My stepping stone goals, if you will. Garage here could be really great. Get 3 keys. Get the option to keep moving forward no matter what in terms of locked doors. 1 gem for 3 keys is pretty good. This we're just spending a gem. Let's do garage. I may regret it. I was gonna draft that before I entered it again. Fuck. Shit. That's all right. That way we would know if we even needed to enter this room. Because maybe we don't, you know? This is the 3rd time this month. The thing this also makes me think is maybe the 3rd time we draft the car or the garage, something happens. Okay. The intercom beeps at you. The intercom beeps. Swan song, by the way. Rain and grain, G. IECDAG. G for garage? None of the other things have been. I got like I inside of the din, I'm pretty sure. At first I thought that was a little button you could push. Okay. Down to 3 coins. I should have drafted this before I left just to make sure. Bedroom. If we do bedroom here... Ah, damn it. It goes the wrong way. Never mind. So does Nook. Courtyard is probably what we need to do, but I can't pick it. No. Okay, we should probably choose Nook. Fuck, dude. I can't draft a closet next door to this bedroom. That's what I was thinking originally. We could always draft this and not leave. Depends how badly we want our coins. Like, draft it and not go into it, you know? For now. Let's draft Nook. Keep ourselves a key. There's a key in here. I don't have to go in there and come back right now. Seeing if I can see the paintings. That's like a jockey. That's a pilot. That's a pilot. And that one is a... I can't see. Okay. We can always go get that key if we need to. At this point, we go back to the den or the entrance hall. Get out of here. Maybe it matters if the paintings are the paintings, the framed stuff is like on the walls. Some of it's not on the walls. Swans, by the way. Currently 9:45. What do we got here? I'm not in love with what we've built so far here. That ain't a bedroom. Hallway's fine. Let's pick hallway. I'm picking high value stuff like hallway in places where I don't really need a hallway. Bridge and bride, so that's another G. IECDAGG. Red is lie unless handwritten. Go here. Oh boy, I think we want parlor probably. No, we probably want security. Shit, I don't have a gym. Fuck. We're about to be dead-ended already. God, I've really picked them. I really have picked them interesting, haven't I? We need gems badly. Parlor early is... what did I just say about having the wrong currencies at the wrong times? Parlor early is great, you know? Because when you don't have gems, all of a sudden you can't get exactly... all of a sudden you're effectively limited to 2 out of 3 options. when you get a good option. 3 boxes in this room. True. 2 boxes in this room are empty. Also true. This box is one of the 2 empty boxes. That must be false. Right? It's so simple, but I love it. I just love it. We have to hope and pray that right here we get something that we have to like we have to freaking thread the needle here. And it's so not going to work. We got the gems though. Billiard room. Yeah, I love billiard room. One of my favorites, honestly. We're going to have to thread the needle though. Where did those dice go that let me re-roll shit, you know? Give me those dice. I wonder if the pool balls mean anything. 5, 8. I mean, that is the 8 ball, so that's good. The whole pine and pin, so E. The whole room can't be just the little dart quiz, right? There's a second 8 ball. Do these mean something? Like, are these like clumped together to form words? Like 5 and 3, do those correspond to letters? I found money over here after doing the staff thing during that one run. There's nothing else. Nothing else is appealing to me. So, or is happening for me. I think these darts are in the same position every time. All right, so 7. 19 minus 14, 5. 6 times 1, 6. $20 divided by 4. Sorry, by 5 equals 4. 11 minus 1, 10. Times 10, 100. Divided by 25. Wow. And this one gives you keys. Okay. Well, if we can thread the needle, we're set on... We need more money, but like we're set on resources. We're threading the needle, baby. Library could give us something interesting. I don't even know if I've been there before. If we get bedroom, we can't draft bedroom closet because it would cut us off. Let's go library and assume that we're going to get something less common that continues us forward. Oh, it's got a second level to it. There's levels to it. You and I know. Bitch, be humble. Sit down. Okay. Library. First off, buck. Deer. Tag and stag. Tag and stag. S. IECDAGGES. It can't be Wordle because there's too many letters. It's so many letters. Like, there's no way that this is going to form a word. Mount Holly Library book request form in library use only. Periodicals. Books and periodicals requested with this form will be pulled and available the next time you draft the library. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Drafting strategy. EPCW pump system user manual. History of Orindia by Caleb Manning. Caleb Manning is the guy in the suit and glasses who was Marion's mentor. The Fixed Stars might be Observatory. By Dickwit, by the way. Are you shitting me? This person's name is Dickwit? Are you kidding me right now? Swim Bird by Marion Marigold. And A Sightseer's Guide to Reddington by Andrew Darrell. I'll be honest with you. I am so curious about this Reddington thing. But I really feel like Marion Marigold has to be the one we pick. we just got the archive, which told us a lot about Marion Marigold. So while that's fresh in our mind, let's pick Swimbird by Simon P. Jones. Number 124. The above signee is responsible for all materials checked out using this form and understands new requests cannot be made on days in which a previously requested book or periodical has been pulled. So you don't get to pull one and pick one on the same day. Coupon book, by the way. That's not actually that powerful. It's only one coin off. Damn it. That's not actually that good. Additional reading. The house directory is a great resource of information. If you wish to read more about a specific room in your house, press R to pull up that directory. It's been a while. It's been a while. 2 stories. So let's do some reading. 2 stories of wall-to-wall books surround the reader in this room, exhibiting either a bountiful spring of knowledge or typical interior design sensibilities of the wealthy. What is it, knowledge or a wealth flex? A few books have been withdrawn from the shelves and placed on rostrum stands in various corners of the library. Okay. We have not read a bunch about our red rooms because we just got them last time. The gymnasium. Half court intended for basketball and racquetball, which is seldom used by anyone apart from the junior staff during their lunch hour. At least they did before Mrs. Babbage disallowed the practice after noticing how worn out staff members were after a game. We've read Darkroom. It's about blowing a fuse. Maid's Chamber. Archives. Countless shelves of documents and towering file cabinets make this otherwise immense space seem small and cramped. These archives contain almost a century of records and files pertaining to the Sinclair family's numerous interests, many of which are sealed and unable to be accessed. Furnace. Main centralized heat source for the estate. You may find yourself starting to sweat after drafting this room. I wonder what that means. I mean, I guess it's just saying I think it's probably just a nod to the player. Like you're gonna get more bad shit after you pick this one. That's probably what that means. We have, I think we've read about all of these. Yeah, I think so. Are we missing anything on bedroom? Not really. I think we've done it all. Read the ones we have there. The parlor, receptions, after parties, popular room for entertaining, parlor games, the bedroom closet, modest recessed space used for storage. Favored by the junior members of the staff who utilize it to stash away assorted articles and knickknacks whose proper place in the estate is yet unknown to them. Billiard room. It's a retreat on more than one occasion for guests lacking the social wit required for after-dinner conversation. Rather curious game of darts provided the less competitive players a unique opportunity to ponder over unusual rules. Spare room. Unremarkable. If there had been some plans for this spare room, it would seem those designs are forgotten now. We've read about entrance hall, storeroom, surplus of things, one time had been in vogue and on display elsewhere in the house. Okay. Walk-in closet is Lady Epson's stuff. Though the small dressing room has not been used in many years, is nevertheless kept up and preserved. So Lady Epson, her ladyship, was the walk-in closet person. Okay. What else can we figure out here? Garage, entering and exiting through the west-facing private drive. The garage serves as a more practical and informal entrance point into the estate. I wonder if you can actually access the house via that drive in some way, shape, or form. I don't think that makes sense exactly, but it could be interesting. There was like, yeah, hold up. I just noticed something. Hold up. I'm freaking out. Wine cellar, dead end. No quotations. Garage, dead end. Quotations. Is it the third time? Is it the third day that's on the note? Is it the intercom? Is it discover the garage, go outside of the house down to that thing where the drive is? West facing private drive. I don't think I can access the west part of the house yet. That's where there's a locked gate or a gate that I can't get through. Interesting. Nook, a snug corner reading room, which serves as a quiet private place for guests to spend a few hours of their afternoon away from the staff. Den. The clocks are placed surrounding the sofas in a futile attempt to avoid inevitably wasting the entire day here. Super comfortable. Wine cellar we didn't actually read. The labels here would indicate a preference for prioritizing extravagance and rarity over quality. Office has spread. Yep, okay. Late Sinclair's personal home office, a room used exclusively for business affairs and the running of the estate. Okay. And pantry. We'll leave it there for now. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. We learned something about these books, or about the rooms every time we go into that that thing. I'm wondering if when we pick a book, it will end up popping up on, like when one of these is retrieved, if it will end up popping up right there. Do you see that? That's an arrow. That is 100% one of these arrows that is like, I'm not even looking at the right, like shit. One of those arrows that is just so often in the world around us. Like in the designs of the house, I don't even know how to say this. In the like designs of the game, there are all these arrows, like blueprint style. That's an arrow. Are there other arrows? It just matches the like weird hand-drawn. I'm going to be really mad if you can actually click on stuff that doesn't make the cursor light up in this game, because the cursor lighting up is like how I can tell if I can click on stuff. So I never even try. The cursor won't light up. Mount Holly Records. Okay. Temporal records. Total time, 7 hours and 40 minutes. Total days, 5. Longest day was nearly 2 hours. Average day is 119. Why is this in a different font than this one? Why? Why? Resource records. Taking a lot of steps. Turn some keys. Gems. Gold. 4 stars. 99 drafted rooms. Puzzle records. 3 billiard. Wait, what? It's saying how many times have I drafted the billiard room, and then so there's a weird thing here. It says billiard rooms 3, parlors drafted 5. Gotcha. It's saying drafted 3 billiard. I'm 5. I'm perfect score on those puzzles. 3 upgrade discs. Okay, cool. Just a record of how I've played the game so far. Looking around for anything. Potentially interesting. Can I see anything out here? Out these windows? Mount Holly scrapbook. Baron of Mount Holly names nephew provisional heir. Greetings from Reddington. A photo of Sinclair. The apples. My favorite floor plans. I can't seem to ever pass this up. That's true. Parlor, storeroom, and chapel. I've paid for the observatory, the commissary, and the drawing room. Spent a lot of time in security, entrance hall, and observatory. I love that entrance hall is here. Contraptions I've made none. Stamp collections. What's that say? It says magnifying glass. And then it says some shit that I can't read. Which means that I was on the right note by reading these with the magnifying glass, by the way. Largest purchase was a... This is a really cool way of telling the story of your game. This, like, scrapbook. 14 gold upgrade disc. There's something going on with this shit that I can't figure it out. Lavatory. I have avoided it. I've seen it a lot of times. Also kitchen, also nursery. I've been in none of them a single time. Okay, beautiful. Oh, that's cool. I like the library. The record-keeping place. I'm just clicking now, by the way, with my mouse in the hopes that maybe it'll help me discover something. Okay, we have to keep thread the needle. We've got gems. Oh, I have never had any of these. Wow. Oh shit! This is so interesting. With the freezer, we could scrap our run. We could scrap our run with the freezer and give ourselves a benefit tomorrow. Our gems and gold would stay the same until tomorrow. They will not reset at the end of the day, and they cannot be adjusted or used until tomorrow. So the way I read that is 3 diamonds and 3 gold is what we start with tomorrow. That said, I could spend 2 diamonds to gain a diamond and go north, which is probably for the best. Also, whenever you enter the ballroom, you set your... So, I mean, we have a free gem requirement. God, that's huge. Do I believe in this run, or do I not believe in this run? I can't do master bedroom. It ends the run. Let's try ballroom. Fuck it. This seems huge. I want to do the ballroom as often as possible. We're at 1. We're at 2. Beautiful. Clara and Simon. The Inn Eclipse Ball, 1952. Beautiful music in here, too. Clara and Simon. I'm just enjoying listening to the music. Under these stars, the dance is held, and to the floor we are compelled. Are being bold. The gowns glide on, and music swells, and at the end, the clock strikes 12. What that means only time can tell. 2 remain for one last dance, and spin again around clock hands. And as they turn, a second chance to rise above the falling sands, the true time lost in past romance. Okay, so 2 things. These pages are numbered. I don't remember what the last page was. I think it was... Oh, shit. What was the word on it? I'm pretty sure it was number 8. The last music page we found. The thing I don't remember is what the word was. It's probably written somewhere in this notebook. Let's see here. My italicized words are... I think it was message. I think it was message. My italicized words are bridge, beside, bequest, maybe west, and closed. But I'm pretty sure 6, 7, 8, in terms of if we were to string these together and form a sentence, are true message. Where do I even write this down? I'll make a little music note notation. 4, 5. I cannot wait to see what my notebook looks like. I'm gonna write down message with a question mark. But are and true, I'm pretty sure about. Okay, so that's one puzzle that's happening, which is collecting music sheets and reading the bold words. Under these stars, the dance is held, and to the floor we are compelled. The gowns glide on, and music swells, and at the end, the clock strikes 12. What that means, only time can tell. Two remain for one last dance, and spin again around clock hands, and as they turn, a second chance to rise above the falling sands, to rise above time passing. The true, time lost in past romance. It's about losing time, gaining time. Something about a dance in here, potentially. Maybe this room resets time in some way, shape, or form in this game. I don't know. I don't know where the nearest clock would be, and I don't know how to tell what time it is. Well, let's get out of here. Oh, I have to take spare bedroom because I have no... We're on my last option here in terms of... this. I'm on my last fork. Got to take spare room. We got to try and make this run into something because I did not... Sometimes there's a window here if you're on the outside. I think that's what's happening. There's a window if you're on the outside of the house. And if you're not, there's no window. What was I going to say? I'm going to regret not choosing freezer if I can't make something of this room. That's all right. We gained information about the... There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. We gained information about the music pages either way by choosing Ballroom. So, okay, we could do dark room. It's a little bit sketchy, but security, it takes 1 gem, but it actually... Gems don't actually cost us anything right now. All they cost us are steps. If I walk... That took a gem. But if I walk back in here, 2. I gained a gem back. Of course, I wasted some steps there. Sand and S. What are we at currently? IECDAGGESS. Swan song. Sometimes there's items there. Food. Blue and red are lies, etc. I don't know if I should actually be looking at these screens, you know? I don't know if the screens themselves tell you anything. What time is it, by the way? 1:10. 1:08. Okay, so in here, what can we do? Well, we can say, we're missing a key. No, that's the key that we have left by the chapel on the other side. We can turn things to medium. Why would you... Is there a reason you would ever want to set it to high? These are all rhetorical questions, by the way, when I say things like this out loud. I really need to get a breaker room at some point, by the way, because I need to test out the system, the thing that we saw in the mailroom, I think, that explained how that shit worked. What else was I gonna say? Sorry, my brain is going a million miles a minute. What else was I gonna say? Why would you change it to high? Why would you change it to high? I don't know. Maybe more locked doors means more high-value rooms. If you have a ton of keys, maybe you could do that. I don't know. Staff services, I can do special orders. Place a special order. I honestly think I want shovels because my... I think I want shovels because my... greenhouse, no, courtyard is upgraded. I don't think I can do any of these, right? Data transfers are not available. Electronic mail is not from this one. Remote terminal access, I can't. Everything else is offline. Glossary of terms. We did not read any more of these. We could do that. East wing. Let's see what we can learn here. The East Wing are the 9 rooms that border the very right edge of the house. So you do have to be bordering in order to be counted as East Wing. Entry. Certain rooms have an effect that is only triggered upon physically entering the room. Cool. The estate refers to all the explorable areas of Mount Holly, including the rooms currently drafted, as well as the grounds. The house, on the other hand, only refers to the rooms. Exhaust. When your steps reach 0, you're exhausted. Floor plan. Gyms. Glossary of terms. Feature on the network. You are now perusing a list of words and architectural jargon that's intended to make simple the terms you'll encounter on the estate. Question marks get revealed as you go. Gold and coins used in shops. Green rooms. Outdoor areas and gardens and are naturally synergistic with one another. Interesting. I had not pieced that together. Green rooms are synergistic. You also said naturally in italics. Let me write that down under my list of italicized words. What's the deal with the grounds? It's probably a late game thing, right? Grounds include many areas of interest, including the campsite, apple orchard, and west path. Hallways are orange. They allow you to branch. The house refers to the 45 floor plan grid. So they are including the antechamber and the entrance hall in your 45 rooms, and then there's a 46th room. I think I've solved it. The 46th room is the great outdoors. You know what I mean? History. You can actually access your past configurations. Interesting. Items in your inventory. Keys. There are some unique special keys that can unlock special doors or rooms that only appear in specific locations in the house. Key card doors. They appear more often the further you go. Okay. All right. We've learned. This is like studying. Sometimes you got to study in this game. Sometimes you got to do some reading. Sometimes you got to read some room definitions. Sometimes you got to study. Okay. We have a forking path. Let's go this way. Let's go north first. Locked. We've got 5 keys. Let's use one. Not drafted next to a goddamn bedroom. Is this the worst upgrade of all time? I never, ever, ever get that shit. I don't know that we want furnace. I think we take dark room because it at least branches, even if I can't decide what those branches do. You know? Power will go out when I step in there. Let's do this one first. Laboratory has experimental house features? What the fuck? That does not branch the right way. Weight room is bad though. We'll take the laboratory. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. We're gonna go laboratory first. What? Experimental house features. That's a sphere. Drawings on a hexagon type of grid. There are waves. Equations. Beakers. I typically work over at Cinca Labs, but got sent over here for a month to assist more with the new turbine tests. Okay? We do not know a Moore. We also don't know Kimberly Thompson. Kimberly Thompson Cinca. And then something. Someone, first name Moore. I'll write down lab question mark. I think I need some help. For the past 3 days, I've been unable to find the laboratory on the estate. Today was the first success on that front. Can anyone tell me if this is typical? And if so, how do you get any work done? Before I arrived, I was briefed on the way the doors work, but I must admit I did not expect to be excluded from my new workstation for the first week. Any tips from my fellow technicians would be appreciated. Kimberly Thompson. Just get good, Kimberly. You're going to get fired if you can't do your job. Come on, Kimberly. I forgot that the laboratory had a thing. We found that out when we looked at the list. This machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler room. Blue is true. Oh my god, what a machine that is. Not enough power. You can't even play the puzzle. You can't even play the puzzle until you've got power. Okay. Periodic table of elements. Oh no. Hydrogen? If this is spelling, then why the left arrow? If this is spelling, I think they probably assume you will have looked at a periodic table of elements. Basically, I'm debating if I'm cheating by looking up a periodic table of elements. I don't think it could be cheating because nobody's going to know that. I mean, the amount of people who are going to know what these elements are is nothing. No one. Candle. Pine. A match and a pine. Match? Flame? Flame and tree. Tree and flame. Are those the only two photos in here? Fuck. To light and tree, pine. It's not even, I don't even know if it's a pine tree. Can't remember if that's the same pine that I had to compare to something else. Oh boy. My head hurts. Let's see here. I don't know. We're probably going to look up a periodic table of elements in about 3 seconds. Pine and pin. Pine and pin. Pine and match. Flame. Do not know. I do not know. Oh my god, Kimberly's been using a bong in here. Kimberly's been ripping a bong. Ah! I was like, there's no way they'd give you a periodic table of elements. A puzzle without giving you a periodic table of elements. Okay, so periodic table. Let's do this. 1 is 6. Listen, easiest way to do this is to take a photo. No. We'll take a photo of the other one. We'll take a photo of this one so that you guys can see what I'm looking at. Photo of this. I'm going to assume that this is a biblically accurate periodic table, aka a scientifically accurate periodic table. But number 1 is 6 on the bottom row. PU. 2 is S. 3 is H. Hydrogen, like I thought. 4 is TH. So far, we're at push, TH. 5's got to be something to do with E, doesn't it? No? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that correct? Hold up. Push THRE. 5 is RE. 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. EU. Push 3 and then U. 7 is PA. 8 is F. Push 3 up AF. As fuck. I'm just kidding. That was 8. 9 is... How many do we have total? 12. Okay. So 9 is TE. Push 3 up after. 10 is RN. After 11 is I. 12 is NE. Push 3 up after 9. We don't have the power. But that's what would do it. Hell yeah, brother. Well, it's solved for the future, at least. Heating and cooling curves. H2O melting point at 0.1 ppt to 0.5 ppt. Technician is Randolph M. There, we figured it out. Randolph Moore. I wrote him down as a lab person, but I think it's actually TT. So, is it possible that we know the login to here in the laboratory? Is it Ruota? Is it that person? Okay, so the test itself says room temperature here, complete thaw. That needs a magnifying glass. Melting point. Test 205 at atmospheric pressure 93 kPa into Mount Holly freezer. Okay. So, Mount Holly Laboratory. Experiment setup. Experimental house features. In the laboratory, you are free to experiment by testing and combining different mechanics to create an original and unique house feature that will last until the end of the day. Okay? For each bedroom you draft, after your second, you will lose 10 steps and gain 20 gold. Holy shit. Or you can immediately lose 10 steps and gain 20 gold. That does not leave us with a lot of steps, but it does let us buy some items. Is that worth it? I don't know. When you draft a hallway from another hallway. The other thing we can do is something that lets us set your dice to 2 or set your steps to 40. I like the idea of dice. I've been trying to get more dice constantly. Immediately means that we'll get it once. However, bedroom. Can I cancel? Can I cancel and look at how many bedrooms we have? I can. How many bedrooms we got? We got 0 bedrooms. I could basically guarantee myself to get a lot more dice, or give myself a good option to get more dice if I were to Pick this one and this one. It's risky, but I kind of like the risk at this point. So basically, we're going to have to draft 3 bedrooms before we get the effect. Is how I read it. But let's try it. Research logs. Okay, so you get information after you run your experiment. You could pause the experiment. No. Can I log into the network? Let's try Swan Song first, which I don't think will work. Okay, never mind. I wanted to... I should have tried RUOTH first. Fuck. Let's log out. Log in. RUOTH. It's still not working. I did something wrong, dude. Okay. So it looks like in the... The only thing we should get that is new here is the, like remote access? Or whatever that's called, right? Remote terminal access. What happens when we connect to security? Do we just get to access what normally happens there? Yeah. Okay. So, what else are we missing here? Log into network. Swan Song. Anything else here? We ran our experiment. I think it said it takes effect for this run, right? I think that's what it said. Glossary of terms. We've got data transfers. Can I access them from here? Not available from here. Electronic mail. This one is also only the office. Shit. Okay. Okay. Well. Effective immediately. Electronic mail can only be accessed via the security terminal. That's not true. If it was handwritten, it would be, but it's not true. Okay. So we need a boiler room to get this puzzle solved. Let's go out here. See what we can find. Give me a boiler room. I would love to do utility closet, honestly. Oh, we do need to do bedrooms. We do need to do bedrooms. Let's do this. We've never been to a nursery. We get 5 steps. We're behooved by drafting bedrooms in the future. Is this run going to be okay? We can go back and get more gems here in the ballroom, so we don't actually lose our ball, you know, our that stuff. And we get a new room out of it. Lock and clock, see? Lock and clock. The nursery. This room is creepy. Look, it's kind of like the same car. I don't even know that that's the same car, but it's kind of a cute car. A gem. We'll take it. Oh, probably shouldn't have grabbed it, because I could set it to 2 and then come back and get it. It doesn't matter that much. That's a little min-maxy, and it would cost me steps anyways, so whatever. But stars everywhere. Multicolored cabinet. The mobile has seahorses and stars. More cars. Dinosaur looking thingy. Blocks everywhere. A Rubik's Cube. Interesting. Sort of, I imagine if you grow up in this family, they do force you to start looking at Rubik's Cubes early. There's like wooden puzzle blocks everywhere. Okay, we have a book. The Red Prince by Marion Marigold. Holy shit. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. Is that bold and italicized? We'll put it under italicized. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for a fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. Okay. Oops, I hit it twice. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. Sitting here being like, what of these things has also been drawn and on the walls? Not a lot here. Crow, yes. Trees, yes. Bridge, yes. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? A story he had read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. Is this about to be really meta? And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you. In fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book. The red book we just read. That was a sad and weird book, and I don't know if I liked it. I wish I'd paid more attention to the timing of the archive articles, because I don't know if Marion, if all that happened at such a time that Marion could be my mom, or if Marion was H.S. Sinclair's mom. I almost said Upton Sinclair's mom. H.S. Sinclair's mom. Also, this does say untested, so I'm nervous that it might not actually work. Okay. We need to go back to... Should we go back to the ballroom for extra gems, or should we try and draft once more from the dark room? Let's draft from the dark room. 1 gem is enough to get us a good room. That requires a key card. Shit. We don't have one of those. I'm looking for gems. I feel like I found stuff over here. Okay. Locked. Gem requirement 1. Let's go for it. This is bad. Oh, observatory. It goes the wrong way. No, I've died. Fuck. Finn Aries, Birds and Sun Publishing. Excuse me? I know Finn Aries. Wasn't that in Fog We Are Lost and Fire We Are Found? We should be on 5 right now. Coal or mine cart? Chart and cart, H. Dang it, dude. IECDAGGESSCH. Striking out, guys. I'm striking out. I can't even draft this other room, which sucks. It's locked. I've got the Nook for another key if I really wanted it. I've got 2 more gems from the ballroom if I wanted it, and otherwise we are locked. So, and I don't know what to do about some of these other puzzles that we've encountered. So, unfortunately, we need to go, and we don't have a breaker room, right? No. God, I keep not drafting the breaker room despite really wanting to. Let's go check outside. Got some stuff we can do outside, but that's about it, honestly. Man. A lot of good new rooms here, but never quite what we were. Nothing quite perfect. We've never gotten as far, not never. We haven't gotten as far as we got the other day. As far north, I should say. Okay. I think if there was a garage, it's on the west wing. I think the garage can almost... My guess is that this can only be... like, drafted on the left side, on the west wing. Because it says, entering and exiting through the west-facing drive. I'm guessing... There's the bridge, by the way. I'm guessing it's, like, right there. Okay. Well, well, well. I think that's the end of our day. We've wished in the well. We don't get to carry anything forward. I didn't decide to go with the freezer. I went with the ballroom, which was good. It was fun. The more we know about what these different rooms do, the better. Do I have anything I could try for this key at the for the lock at the orchard? Not really. That's gonna do it. Call it a day. I'm honestly happy we did thread the needle on that run though, because it was almost we almost did not for a long time. A rustic villa. Rank 6. Not a lot of items, and I think we lacked some early... We lacked early money. And maybe gems. Like, we went up the whole left side without gems. 4 new rooms. Okay, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you with another blueprints before too long. The mystery continues. I think it's going to be continuing for a long time to come. Bye-bye. See ya.